Turning now to the latest in the first Capitol riot case to go to trial. Guy Reffitt faces a gun charge, among others. And today, one of the men who came with him to the Capitol, Rocky Hardy, testified Reffitt was armed with a handgun and zip ties, which could be used as handcuffs. Hardy also testified Reffitt joked about dragging House Speaker Nancy Pelosi down the stairs of the Capitol. You're looking at some images of Reffitt there at the insurrection on January 6th. Joining me now, NBC News Justice Correspondent Pete Williams. So, Pete, talk about the importance of Hardy's testimony for the government's case and what else has stood out to you today so far.
Well, I think it's helpful to the government's case, but not essential. There's a lot of evidence in this case. There's photos, there's videos, there's statements from Guy Reffitt's own son about his father bragging about what happened. There's surveillance video. There's lots of corroborating evidence. What Hardy adds to the picture here is the fact that they met in Texas, according to Hardy, who's testifying, by the way, under a grant of immunity. So whatever he says here in this trial cannot be used against him in any separate proceeding. And so far, he has not been charged in the Capitol riot cases. He says they met in Texas, that they traveled together. And it was during this trip, he says, that Reffitt talked a lot about dragging Nancy Pelosi out of the Capitol and having her head hit the steps as she came down. And then also talked about the fact that they both carried weapons, which is one of the charges against Guy Reffitt. And he says that he believes that Guy Reffitt had his handgun with him when he came to the Capitol on January 6th. So it does certainly add to the government's picture. To some extent, there were some things he said today that could be helpful to Reffitt as well, because he said that Reffitt was given to just wild exaggerations and hyperbole, which seems to be the favorite word now when talking about Reffitt's statements, that he would some of these things were said jokingly, and that's something that his own lawyer tried to elicit from him as well. And then another part of the testimony today, Hallie, was getting people who were in the Capitol that day to describe the process for the jury, what was happening in the Capitol, the whole business about counting the electoral votes, and then hearing from the Secret Service about the disruption once the riot started.